Hello, everyone. Welcome to another deep dive, and I am your host, Debbie Hedberg, and welcome to Freebird Spirit YouTube channel. So, today's deep dive, we're going to be looking at Mike Johnson. I have heard him called Moses Mike because he feels like he's Moses. I guess he's said that that God told him he is Moses. So there you have it. Anyway, I wanted to take a look at him, his because of what obviously you all know, family, you guys know why. But his religious nationalist views for number one, and the rise to power seemed sudden and weird. Remember when he got it as speaker, and we're like, "What? Like, who is this guy?" And he is not, yeah, not great. It's not going to last. Um, yeah, so they were kind of sudden. Um, so I just feel like there's something psychically that we can look at around how he was chosen and the forces backing him. And I think we kind of already know, but it would be interesting to receive any more messages in regard to him and what's in store for him will give us a clue as well as the energy is flowing now, what's in store for him in the next few months, or what does it look like for him in 2026. So these are all things I want to look at today with you guys. So here we go. All right. So first, I'm just going to sit in the energy with him and see what spirit wants to bring or allows us to see, right? All right. Mike Johnson. Okay. So I don't know if this is metaphor or for reals, but he presents one way, but I feel like behind closed doors he may be another. No shocker there, I'm sure. But it looks as though he has some what we're like, you do you, dude. We don't care, but he has some maybe for entertainment purposes only some sexual things going on behind the scenes. And I don't know why they want. I just feel that mostly what we need to know is that falseness of him. He presents as all um, divine and that and like holier than now is what I was looking for. Uh, but behind closed doors, there's this behavior going on, and which you and I, again, you do you, but when you hold others accountable for just being alive, like the LGBTQ and all the things that he's doing, he he's a hypocrite. And that's where it's like, no, dude. So that's kind of, I feel like what they're trying to show, that he has a dual life. Um, like almost like Heckle and who's that dual Heckle and I forget the name now. Heckle and it's snowing. Snowing all day. All right. Okay. And it's April, you guys. Right. I think one time I said the wrong date. I said it was May, but it was April. We're in April. I know that. Okay, so it's April 18th today when I'm recording this. Okay. What else? they're showing a stumble and fall with him. So I do feel that there will be a fall coming for him. He thinks he he's thinks he's going to the throne or whatever with the king, but I don't see it. All right, so I'm going to throw some cards and see what else we can get. And so I'm going to pause us and so I can throw it all, and I'll be right back. All right, we're back. Let's take a look at this together. Well, I think it's just kind of backing what we kind of already know in regard to him. And so, however, he is a soul that's kind of trapped in this belief system. He is a soul that's trapped in this cult. And so his perception of things, how he perceives things, how he sees things, it's all in this mindset. He truly does believe that he comes from that he is part of that he's been told by God that, and you have the hermit there, um, that he is part of that he's like Moses. He, that's kind of the beginning of this whole reading. And before we move further, I do want to tell you that I did this purposely. If you know, you know, the Pride Tarot deck for him, and also my Crow Tarot deck that you'll see in a minute. But I thought I'd be a little mischievous. All right. So he it's very interesting. He does see himself coming in, and he feels like he's supposed to take action and heal the country, bring us all to um, his belief system. He feels like we're broken, and he is in charge of bringing us all together. And there's plenty of people who are backing him in that. There's source behind him, money sources are behind him, a whole crew of finance source behind him to set him up to do this. And they also believe that he's this Moses person. And they put him in the right place at the right time. So coming into kind of now, we have where they feel like they're in motion, they're in movement, they're moving forward. It feels good to them. Everything's in order, in place, and there's movement forward, and not moving fast enough. You have the Queen of Wands and this trapped feeling for him, but it's almost like they feel like they need to break through these bars, so they're still working on doing all the things that they're doing. They're going against the Constitution, they're going against the justice, all the things, so that they can move about freely. So they still are currently in this feeling of like, okay, we still have bars around us as far as what we want to do. So that's kind of where they're at in their creative movement. But there's also abuse of power going on. And this is an interesting, because this is also playing out right now. You have the Four of Cups and abuse neglect card. So this is like an abuse of power. And they're not, and maybe he's just not happy with, because people aren't responding in fear. We're getting to the streets. Like we're like middle finger it, and you know what I mean? Try us. We're not reacting in fear and just sitting down. So maybe uh, uh, they're feeling like that. Um, so then moving towards The near future we're looking at here, they will continue to push their illusion. They're very tunnel visioned with this delusional Christian nationalist Project 2025 thought processes. They're still pushing that forward here in the future, in the near future. I also feel we have the Six of Wands and natural disaster. That's quite a combination. So I'm curious to know what you guys think about this combination with that Six of Wands and natural disaster. So I just heard, that they're, it's like their own worst. What they think is victory is their downfall. So that's interesting. They think that they're in victory, but it's actually their downfall. Oh, that's interesting. We may have to throw more cards on that to get more clarity there. And then the outcome is the devil and the dark money. So that's they are in line with this. And again, we have the death cult. That this is what we're dealing with. And this connection to the devil, the dark money. I feel like that's going to come forward, but we're going to read more about that. So I did throw some other cards here to get clarified how's this going to play out we want to know. We want to know how's this going to play out, right? And I do see justice and betrayal coming down. Just justice and total downfall. So you have the Justice and the Ten of Swords there. So that is coming. There's no timing on that, but this is not going to be our lives forever. And but these cards were interesting, right? All right, so we wanted to look at natural disaster. Let me get some other cards here. We can use these crow ones real quick. I don't want to use my chubby bunny ones for him. All right, so tell us more about this natural disaster and the devil and the dark money cards. What are we saying here with this outcome, this near future section? Give us a little bit more info on that. That would be awesome, right? The madness, you guys, the madness of all this. I know it's every day and it's like another thing. And I can tell you right now, and you won't see this before our Friday Night Live, but I am going to talk about this, that I do sense that Felon 45 is going to double down on his evilness. We're going to see some more. So I do see that. All right, tell us more here. Okay, so we have the Judgment, Page of Swords, Two of Pentacles. And we have, okay. All right, so let's see so this outcome. We have some judgment coming down. We have some judgment coming down on them. So you have the Judgment and the Page of Swords coming. So we have something coming out, some truth coming out, some judgment coming out, something's coming to the surface here. And they're having to juggle the narrative. And someone's going to have to hang for it. someone's hanging for it. The dark money. Okay, so hopefully we'll get more. I mean, we know in part a little bit of what's going on. All right, so the next thing we want to look at with him. What else do we want to look at with him? Okay, we want to know some personal stuff. I know there's a lot going on right now in the world, and we're like, but we just want to know. So I'm going to go ahead and pick these up, and we're going to look at him kind of just more on a personal level, because they kind of showed us a little bit of his Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I don't know why I couldn't think of that before. Anyways, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde play that he's doing. We want to know a little bit more about that, don't we? All right, hold on. Okay, so this is an interesting read. But I mean, we kind of already knew this. Luna's in my lap. She wanted to be a part of this, but so interesting, right? So he is fighting this unbeatable thing inside of him. He's trying to cheat who he really truly is, but he's trying to beat it. He's trying to cover it, but it's not going to happen. So he's gone overboard with his Christian nationalist fundamental stronghold belief. He's kind of gone overboard with that. Being standing in that righteousness. He really does try to be all about family. You got 10 of Cups right there in the middle, trying to be that perfect family so he can have the seat at the table when he goes to heaven. So that's his mind. So he really, his belief system it's so dogmatic that it's dangerous. And we're seeing the dangerous part of it. It's like, when they with the indigenous, if they didn't bow the knee to God, then they would kill, you know what I mean? Like that type of it. It's like really weird, really dogmatic. However, he continues the battle within him. You have that Knight of Swords, and the water has memory. And over time, he falls to it, and he becomes the magician. And the magician is someone who can do smoke and mirrors and hide and be one thing and hide the other and do all those things, right? But truly, he see the cup. You have that Knight of Cups there, and the devil. So he is, and the devil's, where you you can't get out of this. It's just over and over and over again. And he is stuck in it, but it is just hand in hand and cosmic fuckery. And that's what he creates, because again, his main card is this: against himself. It's it's a zero win. There's no win. And so, and these two cards came up. You have Show Me Your Original Face. You had When Your Parents Were Born. This is who you were. This is who you are. Embrace it. Stop persecuting everyone around you because of whoever you are. But instead, he's burning everything down. So that's a look at him. I want to look also on in his mind, his plans, his desires for us, for you and I. Okay. So that's going to be my next read. Hold on. Okay. Interesting. Not surprised. Again, you could read him like a book. Here he is, just being coming in and sneaking, slimy. However, he wants us to literally just, I guess, bury our emotions, uh, let go, uh, and bury any of those ideas, I guess. But yeah, he wants to bury who we were. You have that Queen of Cups and burial. So I'm curious to know how you read that combination. But I just feel like here's the Queen of Cups. She has all her treasures and everything that she's doing. But wanting us to let go of who we are, our heart, our empathy. Wants us to bury everything that we are. Wants us to go back in time, slow down. Um, yeah, literally take away social media. And if it keeps going, like they would take away social media, they would take away all of it and go back to radio or something. Literally wants to slow us down and get us back to what this family looks like. They want us to, he wants us to uh, blindly just follow. And see this as a gift. I thought this was interesting because I have the Two of Pentacles here. And so that's when there's a lot and you're juggling and you're like, but you can do it. You got this. You can juggle this. But if you look at this one closely, and again, this is from the Pride Tarot deck. And if you're interested, the Pride Tarot deck it's a collaborative deck. So every card is made by a different artist. And it supports the LGBTQ community. So this one's very interesting. I'm going to hold it up and for a second so you can see what's happening here on either side of this juggling. So you see the guy with the short haircut and the cross and yelling at and we're doing just fine. And then you have the others on that side. So when you look at that, he wants to wrap this up. He doesn't want this to continue. He wants to move forward and move into this controlled situation. He wants paradise in his mind, and this is it. Okay, so that's a look at Moses Mike Johnson. And who's not Moses? I'm just releasing. So thank you for all your beautiful comments on the other deep dives. So if you enjoy these, let me know. I will continue to, and please give me some suggestions on who you want to take a look at next, or it could be not just a person, it could be like a concept or whatever. And I am wearing my resist shirt. Oh, I did bring down my it's The authentic. I'll take the sticker off. Um, 8647 hat. Huh. Oh, I didn't put it on. Sometimes I put Freebird Spirit back here, but I guess I didn't do it on this one. But yeah, so it's adjustable. So however you want to make it, you can set it, but it's very good quality. Very, very good quality hat. It's the classic. Anyway, yeah. So visit my website, freebirdspirit.com. I am doing private readings as well. And I just want to give you all a big hug. These are interesting times, but we, the people, stand strong together and continue to link into this community for support and love whenever you need it. And know that you are being held. All right. Love you guys. And we'll see you next time.